guys, I'm Sync.
And I'm Echo.
And we are back once again playing Justice for All. In the last episode, we found out that Edgeworth had actually anticipated us calling out Adrian Andrews. And so he has already prepped her. And we'll be continuing our time in part 2 of day 1 in our court. Again, we only have 1 day to prove Matt Ungard's innocence.
Which we did.
Let's do this.
But you know, it's not innocent unless you find a real killer.
Yes. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. She's your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. So the only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. So after the ceremony, during the break, I was sleeping like a log the entire time. She could have also planted that blood-covered button in your hakama. Because she was the one that came to wake me up. Then, dude, when you're saying, like, it was really her?
Everything still seems suspicious. I can't say for sure it's her.
Yeah. Like,
but we'll see how this plays out.
Let's play this on my own. I'm like, I'm not sure how I'm liking how this is going.
Yeah.
Like, it gives it like an uneasy feeling.
It because it still doesn't, because there's still the fact of the killer out there who has Maya hostage and who seems to know about like this entire thing.
Right.
So it's still like everything is still like some shitfest thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this.
Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corda.
Oh my gosh, Phoenix.
But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She had her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the end of the trials, by the time this trial is over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Give me a verdict that's refreshing like the spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude?
Phoenix, you think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right?
Yes. Adrian, Miss Andrews is depending on Miss Impacts for her strength and will to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. Sounds like she had left the suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it.
It's Juan Corda. The victim is murder.
And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corda.
I think she got close to try to find out about the suicide note, but I don't know about the whole murder thing.
Right. All to get suicide note back.
That sounds plausible, but one thing bothers me.
What?
Who was it that first told us about the relationship? Will. Now, yeah, it was Will, wasn't it?
It was hinted, yeah.
Hinted, and he gave us.
It was either.
He talked about the gossip, and he handed us the article.
It was either Will or Lotta.
I think Lotta confirmed like it, but Will talked about the gossip and gave us the article first. Right. Better stated, Miss Andrews' codependency with regards to Miss Impact.
That's a typo.
Edgeworth.
It was Edgeworth.
It looks like he's still the one in command of the ship. Don't let your guard down yet.
I bet he is.
Bet he like figured out everything, and it's just all going according to plans.
Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls witness pinied by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, this person who discovered the crime in Juan Corda's room. What's your occupation?
I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Ungard.
I see. Now then.
Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request.
Yes, sure. What is it?
I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently.
No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never heard of Gossip Land.
Oh, well.
Outed yourself there, Judge.
If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corda. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself.
So it was a fry and bait matter. Or was it the bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing.
But I didn't kill him.
No one accused you of that. Oh, Phoenix did.
Phoenix did! I have a feeling someone will soon. Phoenix, you're easy to read!
Phoenix, you're also an asshole.
Yeah, as I pointed out multiple times.
I think we all understand the relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then. Witness, please testify to the court about what happened to when you discovered the murder had taken place.
When I found the body. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was naturally the same exact scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Juice?
You poured yourself a glass of juice?
Yes. Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing.
And that was when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Phoenix. She's one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pace. Disrupt her pace? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand? Time for show. Get Matt. Went to Juan's room. Dead body.
Yeah.
Naturally, the same exact scene as in the crime scene photo. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Though I was about juice, huh? Juice. Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking. It doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradiction in her testimony just now. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on the offensive and not let up. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence. I have to find something. I have to, for Maya's sake.
Yeah, the shock.
You were in shock. What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person, and despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feeling for Mr. Corda. We discussed this yesterday, Phoenix!
Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock.
I mean, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's the closet, there's the drawer, there's the dead body. What?
Yeah. You can't seriously expect a young beauty like her would not be shocked.
Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not.
I see.
Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Horda, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct?
And what of it? Oh, that's you.
Oh yeah, right, I forgot. My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one ding. What one ding? Never mind. It's no big deal. What was she starting to say just now? Press further! Of course! What is that one ding? Everything's the one.
Yeah, everything's the one thing.
I'm just gonna say this right now. The amount of juice missing from that tomato juice bottle doesn't look like enough to fill that glass.
Unless it's all the way up to the top.
No, even if it was all the way to the top, it doesn't look. It looks like it filled like half to 3/4 of the glass.
Yeah, probably.
This thing is completely full. Of course, maybe the glass is smaller than what I think it'd be, but then it should be smaller in the picture. But whatever. Press further. Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was.
Actually, so would I.
I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over.
The flower vase? Are you sure you're talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? This mess of glass shards?
It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case.
Well, why did you withhold such important piece of information?
That explains the water. I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was another part of the mess.
It looks like another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have revealed to the testimony.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. The knock where it fell onto the guitar case.
Let's hear about that.
Wait a minute. The water only on top of the lid. Okay. What kind of flower vase was it? What? Okay. It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take Juan's pulse. So I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser. That's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. That's odd. I think she said she was always in total control of herself. I thought she was always in Phoenix, what the heck do you know about this woman? You met her once, and you didn't become buddy for her enough for her to put her guard down around you. That's what she would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between the perception and reality. It doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradiction in her testimony just now. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on pressing the offensive, blah blah blah. Evidence, evidence, evidence.
Yeah, you were looking at the guitar case earlier.
Some water, but only on the top of the lid. Bear Corda's fingerprints.
Go to the crime scene photo.
Wait, the guitar case was open.
Uh-huh.
The water would have been on the inside of the guitar case.
Not on the outside.
Not on the outside. So it's either the crime scene photo or the guitar case. I hope it's not like not one and not the other, because that would be bullcrap. Unless it's not bullcrap. I freaking swear.
It's both.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Because I hate that. It's
Yeah.
like connected, but only one of them is the correct one.
Yeah.
You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is that correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? What I said, blah 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 blah. It's not some problem, it's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what's so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case would have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside.
That's very true.
Furthermore, there is one strange thing about this guitar case.
What's that?
The guitar is missing. Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor.
What's wrong with that?
If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shards would be inside, not the outside, not outside the case.
What's your point, right? That case was closed at the time when the vase was knocked over. Is that all?
No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else.
Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. But the whole thing matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found in the studio. It had no bearing on this case at all.
That may very well be. However, an empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case.
It seems that there are no deeper meanings in this guitar case.
No, it means that someone touched the guitar case and tampered with the scene of the crime even more.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case?
Make her testify. The empty guitar case. I believe it is a crucial piece of the puzzle.
I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you.
We brought a parrot in. I think we've gone lower than that before.
I can't believe I'm doing this either. Alright, I'll follow along, for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case.
Yes, Your Honor. And the card that she's holding is from the killer, or whatever. It was found in her purse, even though she didn't have it. Was it her purse? Yeah, her purse, I think. And there was a similar card where Maya was.
Yeah.
Just saying. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Oh, we all know. You were searching for that suicide note.
It looks like this wasn't really a very important point. This was wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting.
Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start a cross-examination.
Using any way to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man.
Are you gonna start saying weak like Francisco say foolish?
No, he later makes uses garden imagery for the courtroom.
Oh, so instead of foolish, he uses flowers. Got it.
But that's when he gets older. So, guitar case.
Okay. Must have opened the guitar case. Let me look through this again. Do I open it? Even I don't know. Okay. So you opened the guitar case then? Yes. Well, maybe. Why do you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Cordo's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case.
As the witness says, as the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Why would she care about the bright red guitar? But getting back on topic. Empty, bear. Oh wait, it only bears Corda's fingerprint. Empty, water, but on top of the lid bears Corda's fingerprint. This is all suspicious. Okay, I'm not saying she did do it, because everything's still suspicious. Everything is still, what the heck.
Yeah.
But, I would think that she opened the guitar case to see if she could find a suicide note. That's what I think. But there's only Corda's fingerprints. And they wouldn't find Corda's fingerprint if she wiped off her fingerprint off the guitar case. But yeah. There's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim.
What is it, Miss Sanchez?
You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you I was wearing gloves at the time?
Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at that time?
It was the night of the award ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the occasion. Oh, that's right. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems this witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime.
That's strange. Still don't have anything for, oh wait. Strange. Also gloves. Everything about this case is strange, but okay. That's strange. There's nothing strange about that. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Because the award ceremony was over. Do you have something to prove that I was not wearing gloves at the time? The fingerprints. Right.
Yep.
I found your proof right here. This wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Everything is all a jumbled mess. Even you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice. Wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Oh, she broke her glasses.
Order! Order! Order!
Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here. I do too. But it's just an empty case. It's not what's not in the case. That's the problem.
It's what it represents.
Yeah, it's what it represents. It's what could have been in the case. Could be in the case. What could be put in the case. Besides the guitar!
Yes.
It's not the guitar. I wonder if it really was empty though.
But the guitar, the bright red guitar, was at the studio.
It doesn't mean you can't put anything else in. Phoenix, drop all your pre-assumptions. What was in the guitar case? Was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean It was a bright white guitar. Wait, that's not right either. Oh my gosh, Phoenix.
I admit it. It would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case, Your Honor, it's obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lure us into his misguided objection.
No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews has testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I'm sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder.
If you are so sure, right? Then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please, enlighten us all to why the guitar case has anything to do with this murder. Can you do that, Mr. Wright?
Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case.
The bright red guitar was not the only thing. You don't mean to suggest the bright black guitar was... So you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty? Is that right?
I wouldn't say something I wouldn't intend to prove. I didn't intend to prove.
Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet.
He can't deflate the head. It's already probably deflated by his spiky hair.
Or deflate because of all the whipping.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder?
Let's see here. Not that one. The suicide note, because that's what she wants to find. Relating to Andrews. The suicide note is what she wants to find. And maybe it could have been hidden in the guitar case. Or the button. It was clearly the button. I mean, no, what? That's like the only thing here that could have been in at the time of the murder and then gone later. This would be already outside the case. That doesn't exist back then. That didn't exist back then either. That was closed. That didn't exist. That's not part of it. Not the camera. Not this transceiver. Conference ticket. I mean, there could be, but whatever. It was the attorney's badge.
It was my attorney's badge.
Okay, so not the attempted suicide, but the suicide report, and I think it's the suicide note. Because she wants to find out. We're relating it to Adrian Andrews. She wants to find the suicide note that could have been found by Juan Florida, which could have been in the case, and she could have searched through it to try to find it, like I was thinking. So, I've already made a mistake. Let's just do it.
And why would something like that be inside a guitar case, let alone this one? Why, Mr. Wright? Why?
Well, I just thought it might have been possible.
I have a suggestion. Why don't you put that in the void where your brain is supposed to be?
Son of a...
Yes, and never bring it out again.
Can't a foolish fool get some love?
Do you still think you can prove your theory? Can you prove that the guitar case was not empty at the time of the murder?
Okay.
So, it's not the suicide note. What else could have been in there?
No, I don't know. Give me a hint.
Okay. So, go over to the Lotus photo. Where is the Nickel Samurai exiting from?
Isn't that Juan's room?
Yes, that's Juan's room.
No, wait. That's Angar's room.
No, that's Juan's room.
No, wait. No, never mind. I was like, where's the teddy bears? Yes, that is Juan's room.
Yeah, it's Juan's room.
There's a freaking costume in the stupid suit guitar case? Is that what we're saying?
Ooh. Ooh. costumes in the guitar suit and in the guitar case.
And there was a
a
press conference in the suit.
And Matt Ungard was sleeping in his costume at the time of his murder. So
was the press conference going to be Juan's court? Was going to be Juan's Corridor got dressed up as the Steel Samurai confessing something?
Ooh, that's a thought. But you're getting ahead of yourself. Lada's photo.
Okay, I guess.
Second costume.
A second costume. Yeah, he was sleeping in his suit. Although we don't have definitive evidence of that, and all that shit. Like, I can't believe something unless we have evidence of it.
Yeah.
I can't assume stuff, because then when I assume stuff, the game come and kick me in the ass.
This is a photograph.
Yes, but what's important is what is in that photo, Your Honor.
In the photo?
It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is, inside the guitar cave was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume.
What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Right. Are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be in doing something like that?
That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she'd make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews?
I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea?
Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct?
You mean this is the photo? Order! Order! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we?
Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later.
So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume. Wait a second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Matt Ungard's. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case, of all places. True. That is a bit baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was the Nickel Samurai's costume doing inside the guitar case?
It was a spare costume. It was not stolen from Ungard. He was arrested in the costume.
And he was asleep.
Well, yes, but the more important part is that he was arrested in it.
In it, yes.
Mr. Ungard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we were talking about was a spare one.
What? Then are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes in the Gatewater Hotel?
Yes, that is what I am saying.
And how do you explain the costume that is inside the guitar case? It would mean that the victim himself had to bring this spare to the ceremony. But why? The victim, Mr. Cordo, was the German ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai's spare costume with him? And what reason would there... What could be the reason behind such a particular act?
So that's what he intended.
What are you mumbling up to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue?
There's a lot of inner monologue, actually. No, I just...
Mr. Wright, please, explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume?
Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you. Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai's spare costume to the hotel was the press conference. Because this Nickel Samurai was going to confess something after the post-ceremony stage, so... And Matt didn't know about it. Adrian Andrews was like, I don't know anything about it. I was just told to hold it.
Mm-hmm.
So that means Juan was the one who was staging it. Yet again, we have some rival thing taking the costume, the victim taking the costume to try to frame the other whatever. Okay, let's do this. Percent.
What is this?
On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
I heard about this as well. For one, you're not making something up. For once, you're not making something up, right?
But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Ungard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
But how can that be?
The way I see it, that can only mean one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corrada himself.
The victim?
Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for this very conference. Mr. Corrada was going to hold a press conference as the Nickel Samurai.
He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would a victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I'm concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at the conference.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
Which means that Juan Corrada, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt on guard.
Yes, I guess that was what it would mean. But if that's the case, that's not a confession. That's a public disclosure.
Huh.
Miss Andrews.
I can see why you are pros at what you do.
Pardon me?
Yes, just as you said, the press conference was set up by Juan. Wait, you're in it too?
Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this.
I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me.
You?
Juan had bet everything on jamming Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway.
He was going to ruin him, huh?
It looked like somehow Juan had in his hand a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. What?
And what do you know of this secret, Mr. On Guard, is Mr. Andrew? There.
That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is.
Ah, I see.
I've already been coming off quite suspicious to everyone, but that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt after all. Protect Mr. Ungard?
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand.
Okay, guys. In the next episode, we are going to continue hearing about Adrian's testimony about protecting Matt on guard. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.